All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Got my Diet Pepsi on deck. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow that Twitter right down here. All right. Robert Downey Jr. was on the Joe Rogan Experience. Let me tell you how insanely excited I was when I saw this. I was sitting down, and I didn't even get the notification for the podcast, which was weird because I am subscribed to him, and I'm supposed to get notifications. I got a notification of a clip on his clip channel, and it said Robert Downey Jr. talks about being Iron Man, and I saw his face. I saw the background of the podcast. I was like, wait, what? So I go to his channel. I see that Robert Downey Jr. is on there. Bruh, let me tell you something. Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. was talking about Iron Man and the similarities he has with Iron Man. There was so much being spoken about in this podcast. I wrote him down. He spoke about like being very similar to Iron Man and how that like kind of affected his life because he felt as if being Iron Man helped him through dark times. He also talked about intuition and how life is just like a string. And he's like, you slowly like get to tug that thin string and, you know, hope it doesn't snap or something like that. It was just everything he was saying was so awesome and like so insightful. They talked about so much. They talked about, is he done with Iron Man? And the thing about Joe Rogan was that he was egging him on to like continue. But then Robert Downey Jr. was saying like, I feel like if I put the mask on and, you know, came back, people would say, like, hey, what are you doing and stuff like that. And honestly, I kind of agree with Robert Downey Jr. I don't think that the fans of the Marvel movies would be as affected. I think they would love it because, you know, people like Star Wars, people who like Marvel movies like that, they're going to have criticism of every single thing. That's a given. But at the end of the day, they're going to watch it. They're always going to watch something that they're obsessed with. And, you know, the Marvel people are very fortunate to have that many people interested in what they're doing, dude. Do you see the Star Wars fan bases? Do you see these Marvel fan bases? It's ridiculous. I watch it these conventions sometimes, and there's like millions of people all dressed as like a superhero. It is the craziest thing I've ever seen. So if they continue to come out with these things, yeah, people are going to go. People are definitely going to watch this stuff. But Robert Downey Jr. is just saying that if he put the mask on and came out with a movie, in general, people are going to be like, all right, you're overdoing it a little bit. And honestly, that is the most honest answer from a Hollywood star. That is so honest because this guy has everybody from his fan base watching him, everybody from the movie watching him, the directors, the actors, everyone. And he's sitting there literally looking at Joe Rogan and saying, I don't really think anybody's going to like that anymore, and I think we're overdoing it. That is so real to admit. A lot of people don't admit that. They talked about how Tropic Thunder and would he get away with it today? And Robert Downey Jr. was mainly talking about how he felt like he had the opportunity to act as a black man for a whole year. And that made me die laughing, honestly, because in a way, Robert Downey Jr. doing Tropic Thunder, it was more of a generational thing. I don't think he could have done it today. I think he would have gotten a lot of backlash. Even if Jamie Foxx gave him the okay and blah, 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 I think it would have just gotten way too much backlash. And I'm happy that he stated that, you know, I don't think it would have worked. He said that he could have still done it today, but would it have worked? You know, Pepsi break. They talked about Cerrone and McGregor. And they also talked about Robert Downey Jr. also fighting now, which is crazy. That's why he's so into McGregor and Cerrone. I'll get to that later. You know, personally, I think Cerrone's going to win, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, he said that he feels like he's always known Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan said, like, there's so much fakeness in Hollywood. That was the number one thing that he was thinking when Robert Downey Jr. came in here. He was like, I don't know, is this guy going to be real? Is this guy going to be fake? And it's like, the thing about Hollywood is that everybody knows that this fake attitude goes on. Everybody knows that. And that is, pardon me, even though I want to have a famous podcast one day, that's very unhealthy. I mean, like, if that is the number one thought that comes to your mind when meeting somebody, you are in the wrong environment, my friend. Once again, I know I just stated that I want to be a famous podcast, YouTube channel show star, but it's like, how can you be fake? I don't understand that. Maybe because I lived a life of actually being real. I don't understand how anybody could live in an environment of the very first thing that comes up in their head every time they meet somebody is, this guy's probably fake. That seems like the most unhealthy thing in the world. I have never thought that in my life. It takes me a gradual amount of time to think somebody's fake. Like, I would have to like experience hanging out with them for a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm getting fake vibes from this guy. You a fake John. I said John, by the way, not Sean. And then he talked about how superhero movies are taken seriously now, which is actually so true. And I commend the new softwares that made that happen. In the old days, I'm not going to lie, Michael Keaton, George Clooney, those, I couldn't take those seriously. Even Jack Nicholson as a Joker. I don't know, just something about it seemed too cartoonish. It's like something I'd show my 12-year-old. But now you have full-blown 45-year-olds just waltzing into a movie theater looking at guys in leotards. And I think it's because of the cinematography and, the way things are portrayed now in acting. Superhero movies are much more intense than they were back then. Back then, I think they were stuck in like a, hey, buddy, I'm Batman. Watch yourself. Where do you think you're going? Huh? It's like that because they were so stuck in like the kind of 1960s like black and white like crime with the hat, with the suit. Stop right there, sir. It's like, with a cigarette in my mouth. All right, I'm going to stop doing that voice. I've retired that voice. But I think that's a huge reason why it wasn't taken seriously back then, because the way comic books and cartoons and everything were looked at was like that. So they just tried to mimic it in person. But now superheroes are taken seriously because they put you so much in that mood that you feel like this is real. Like New York City is really getting destroyed right now, Crazy. I always thought to myself, like, superhero movies really just don't even care about civilians. Like, when you see New York City being destroyed in the Transformers movie, or I don't know what city they were in, but in the Transformers movie, I'll never forget that I was a kid. It was like 2007 or something, and they fought in a huge city, and buildings were just getting destroyed. And I remember I was sitting there, and the first thing in my head was, I was like 10. The first thing that came in my head was, people aren't dying? Like, what is going on here? I mean, the whole building just fell, I'm worried about Sam Witwicky. Meanwhile, 10,000 civilians just died because that building just fell. It's crazy. Anyway, McGregor and Cerrone, the new Embedded series came out. Honestly, dude, I don't see a change in McGregor, man. I don't. And why are people so quick to, like, say McGregor changed? It's been, like, a solid month. It's been, like, a solid half year since he just rocked that old man in the face. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. The guy puts on a smile for, like, 1 minute, and everyone's like, he's back. He's the old McGregor. He's going to kill it. He's back. It's like, what are you talking about? He looks like the same McGregor to me. I don't know. He still trash talks. He doesn't look like a nice guy to me. I'm sorry. Doesn't. Guy's out of control. Cerrone's going to win. Cerrone's just a bad a mofo. I'm sorry. He's a bad guy. To me, he's way more of a threat than McGregor. McGregor's striking is amazing. Hands down, McGregor's striking is one of the best striking I've ever seen. Gas tank, nope. Grappling, nope. Floor game, nope. Or ground game, nope. Jiu-jitsu, nope. Nothing. McGregor's got nothing that Cerrone's got other than striking. So Cerrone better watch out for that hand. Better watch out for that left. Better watch out even for the right. Maybe an uppercut. McGregor's known for his uppercuts, man. But when it comes to kicks and grappling and his gas tank, dude, McGregor has to work on the stamina, bro. You got to get that stamina up. Like, I'm not playing around. But anyway, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.